Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? It's Thursday. Of course, that means it is live show Thursday. So thank you guys for being here. Let me make sure that my other channel is muted before I go on. It is. And looks like there's quite a few of you in the chat already. So thank you for being here. We're going to talk about the mistakes that full-time resellers make, not just hobby sellers, part-time sellers, but stuff I keep seeing over and over and over again in the Facebook groups and social media, Instagram, Twitter, everything like that. Okay, I want to say a quick hello. Our admin, Adam's Exploits from Adam's Exploits YouTube channel is in the chat. If you need help, he has a blue wrench next to his name. I'm not sure if Star is here. She is. I just scrolled up, so she also has the blue wrench. Anytime you're a part of these live chats, if you need any help at all, they can help you with links, with questions, comments, concerns over there in the chat. So welcome in, everybody. How is everybody's week going? How's everybody's selling going? How are the sales? How are your businesses? How are your thoughts? How is the cold weather? I probably would stream poolside if I could, but I'd get copyright strikes for the music that they play. That's true. A little bit of dislikes going on. What's up with the thumbs downs, guys? Well, it's engagement. It helps me. Okay, let's jump on it. God, what started me on this little kick of like the mistakes I thought about today? I've got a list of 10 of them right here on my computer that I'm looking at. One of the biggest mistakes, I made a video all about this. I just wanted to cover this topic. This is one of the mistakes specifically, but I also have a general mistake for it. So I'll just jump right into it and talk to you guys about that. All of you that have cold weather, Adam included, asking me to shovel snow. The answer is no. Just a heads up. No, capital N and O. I won't even go to Pittsburgh to help Keith and Star do anything, although I think I'm going to get duped into it. Okay, mistake number one is, and I want to know from everybody, show of hands in the chat too, because we have like 70 people in the chat. If you're a reseller, short of like selling stuff out of your closet or your house just to make some extra money or get rid of stuff or minimalize or whatever, most of us, all of us, do this to make the most amount of money that we possibly can. Is that right? At least those of us, you know, I know some of you are just trying to make some extra cash because you're part-time or trying to pay off a car or student loan or vacation. But for the most part, whenever you are selling, whether it's part-time, full-time, whatever, you're trying to make the most amount of money as possible, right? Hi, Bill and Dave. I just saw Noman Frog jump in here as well. I just want to confirm that that is, I'm helping them move and they're not moving. That is the target goal, the most money at all. And so to be counterproductive would be to give up money that you are getting legally and per the policies of the platform, specifically eBay. So what am I getting at here? There are people who believe that if you charge a customer for shipping, if you do charge shipping, whether you set the fee, flat rate, or calculated, that if you purchase or are able to purchase that label for less money than what you had on your charged fee, whether you calculated it or eBay, who auto-calculates it, that you should give the customer money back. So let me give you a perfect example of this. And I don't know if I have anything good to use as an example, but yeah, we can use this computer bag. This will work. I sell this computer bag for $30 and I do eBay calculated shipping. It's going to go priority because it's more than a pound. And eBay calculates this bag at $18 shipping. And so the customer pays 48 bucks, right? 30 and 18. And I go to print this label and I put it in a box and I weigh it, or I've already weighed it and it's in there, right? And I print the label. And the label comes out to $14 priority because they live in Kentucky and I'm in Florida. It's not too far. There are groups of people, and there are a lot of sellers who believe that I have now overcharged my customer and that I am stealing from my customer, ripping my customer off $4, and I should give them the $4 back. Now, this is one example. Now, let me give you the specifics of this because this is where it makes more sense. When I set up my shipping, my charge shipping, I set it to priority. Period. Priority shipping. Priority shipping is a charged shipping amount to a customer, does not specify what type of priority shipping they're getting. And by that, I mean, it doesn't say whether that's going to fit in a medium flat rate or a large or a small flat rate. Maybe I can squeeze that into a padded flat rate. I can't squeeze that into one, but you get what I'm saying. It doesn't say what type of priority. It simply says priority shipping. Priority is a service, a time of delivery, and a service type. It is not a specific box or envelope type. Priority comes in many different shapes and sizes, and that's why they're all available. So as a buyer, when you select priority service, you aren't guaranteed that your item is going to come in an envelope or a box or an envelope or small flat or big flat or padded flat or legal flat. You're simply guaranteed priority shipping. And if somebody is able to use a padded flat rate or a small flat rate rather than a medium flat rate, you as a buyer are not entitled to any of your money back. You purchased that product with that shipping amount at an agreed upon $48 price. And the seller, me or you or anybody else, is charged a fee based on $48, not based on $44. So if I give you $4 back, I hurt myself on the fees. Not to mention I've got handling time. My handling time is worth something. I've got transport time to the post office if you're somebody who goes to the post office. I've got shipping materials, bubble wrap or envelopes or ink or toner, or possibly if it went priority by weight, my own box that I bought for $1. All of these come into play. And at no point should you ever give a buyer money back when they agreed to pay it. That's specific one, refunding buyers when the label costs less than what you charge them for shipping. Number two is when the buyers call you up and go, I want a partial. Yeah, there's some legitimate reasons for partial. It's rare. I typically don't give 80 partials unless it's like a last right of refusal, like fine, whatever, here's $5, just because I know the alternatives are worse and they're calling my bluff. Rare though, rare I ever do that. And I never encourage partials. There is no reason in business. So the general, forget about the specific, the general overhead mistake, number one, is giving back money when you have no legal or moral or policy related responsibility to do so. I don't understand. Especially if you used eBay calculated shipping and eBay calculated for you, it's not your problem. eBay calculated that. Think about it. Think about eBay calculating a t-shirt that costs $4.50 to ship and they calculated it $4.95. Are you going to go back through every single t-shirt you've ever sold and refund every single customer 45 cents and go, hey, I was able to save 45 cents on this t-shirt. I figure I'll just go ahead and give it to you. Does that rationally make sense in anyone's brain that that would be something you would reasonably do? Because if you're going to refund somebody $4, $5, $6 on a priority package that you were able to stick into a padded flat rather than a regular padded or regular priority and save $4, $5, $6, and you're going to give it back to them because you feel like you're ripping them off otherwise, then you need to go back through every transaction you've ever done and refund every penny. Am I wrong? Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. And I haven't read the chat. I'm going to scroll through the chat real quick. And this is probably where I'm going to see it. So, and let's see. No Casey's candles. No, I don't have the candles. They're in the storage unit. Yeah, this is why I just do free shipping. It makes it so much easier. Nobody can ever complain about anything. And there are some buyers that will say, hey, I paid $15 in shipping and I know you got this in a padded flat rate for $8. Okay, then you shouldn't have bought my product and paid the $15 shipping that you knew you were paying when you clicked the buy it now. You had no idea what way that item was going to ship to you. If it had showed up in a box, you wouldn't have been able to say anything, and you still were okay with the price, which means you were okay with the price, period. It showed up to you. It's undamaged. It came priority. You're done. Now, you can't downgrade the service. You can't ship it to them first class to save money. That's cheating them. But as long as they paid for priority and you shipped it priority, end of story. End of story. How much do your red candles weigh and cost to ship? A lot. They're heavy, probably like 2-3 pounds. They agree to pay for it. Don't forget USPS postage went up last week. Another good story. Exactly. Priority is priority. We don't know our shipping costs on the label, so how would they know? Some people forget to take the shipping cost off, but other people are buyers and sellers, so they sort of know that like a padded flat rate is $8.05 or whatever the heck it is now. I don't know. It changes every day. Yeah, and you don't feel, padding shipping is a well-known business tactic. It's not illegal, it's not immoral, and it's not against anybody's thing. The buyer has a choice. If they don't like the price, they don't have to buy. And people are going to say, well, good customer service, good karma, it'll come back repeat customers. Repeat customers are so few and far between unless you sell a specific renewable or specific product. It is, trust me, if you start giving back $4 and $5 all the time, whatever repeat business you're going to get from good karma or whatever is never going to outweigh all those refunds you're giving and the time you're going to spend doing it. I assure you. So vet picks, yeah, you charge $10 for shipping and most of the shipping comes out to $8.50. Yeah, exactly. So there's really, I mean, there you go. You're making $1.50. 100% agree from them. You win some, lose some. I would never give the buyer money back because sometimes I pay more on shipping. Right. There's sometimes that you end up paying more. Right. If your buyer finds an item for more money somewhere else, are they going to come back and give you more money? That's a great Kelly. 000 Kelly Lynn just put that out there. Fantastic comment. I always refund shipping and say, thank you, we appreciate your business when I fill out the refund. Joe, I'm sorry. It's a terrible business model. You have no responsibility and no business. And if you're going to refund one person, you better go back and refund every single customer for every single label you've ever gotten cheaper, even if it was 50 cents. When you say it that way, it sounds like a ridiculous effort, time, and amount of work. You would never do it, and it's terrible business. And anybody who wants to argue me with that point can argue with me to the moon. If you are refunding customers for overages on shipping that was calculated, that you provided the correct service for, it is bad business, period. I'm here to tell you what's right. This isn't an opinion. It is bad business, and you are throwing away money. If we are here, this is why I opened this topic with, aren't we here to make the most amount of legal money that is allowed per the platform policy as possible? And the answer is yes, from every single one of you. And in the next sentence, you say you're refunding customers. No, absolutely not. So, hey, Myra's here. Aurora Styles, 100%. Love this comment. No, you're not wrong. Sorry, I'm late. It's okay, guys, if you're ever late. This isn't about being right or wrong. It's about helping the people who watch this channel make the most money in their pocket. Period. The buyer agrees to it. There's cookies. Wait. I'm actually baking as we speak. What? I missed an entire baking. I've never had a repeat ever. Heather, I hardly ever get repeat customers. I could probably count on two hands in 10 years on eBay, 12 years on eBay, whatever. Yes, CDL Picker just made a good point. If a buyer is buying multiple items and you're able to put them into multiple packages, that would be an exception where I'd say then if you can work it out, but the buyer should ask for combined shipping before. I absolutely do agree that combined shipping is an instance where you can offer a discount or a refund on partial, or if you can invoice them before, that is ideal because then you won't get hit with the fees on that. So combined shipping, CDL Picker, great point. Do appreciate you putting that out there. I did forget about that. So number one with that. Make your money off the items, not the shipping. You're missing the point, Joe. Completely missing the point. We do make the money off the item, but we're not giving money back on shipping that a buyer. I think people are completely just missing this. Not to mention the material cost, the time cost, the handling cost. There's all kinds of other costs. The fees that you paid to eBay. There's a ton of reasons why it doesn't make sense, and that is number one. Mistake that people make is giving money back. The mistake of giving money back. And it also educates your buyer that they can just partial refunds or shipping, that they can always just ask for money back. And it's not okay. They don't need to be asking for money back. You agree to buy something. Look, you don't walk into Best Buy and buy a TV for $1,000 and then take it home and go back to Best Buy in an hour and go, hey, I'm pretty sure I thought you guys were getting this in for $700, making $300 profit off of me, but I found out you get it for $500, make $500 profit off of me. So can I get $50 back? You would never do that. Best Buy would laugh you out of the building. Never, ever, ever. Anyways, so at that point, yeah. Okay, so number one mistake, giving money back to the customers. We spent 13 minutes on that, but you know what? I'm okay with it. Number two, since we just mentioned the handling and all that, like being cheap. Let's flip to the other side. I'm going to blame this on the sellers. I'm going to blame this on you guys because I see it all the time. And I used to be this person. I used to be this person all the time, and now I'm not anymore. Being cheap with your business. How many people think that they are cheap with their business? Before I explain to you what I define as cheap with your business, how many people think in this chat that they are cheap on their business? And thank you for those likes that just rolled in. I just saw about 5 or 10 of them come in just in the last minute. So thank you guys for turning that blue. How many people think they're cheap in this business, whether it's with inventory, equipment, training, setup, supplies? How many people think they're cheap? How many people cut corners or try to what's that word I'm looking for? Skimp. How many people try to skimp on stuff all the time? Go ahead, raise your hand. Don't be shy. I know. No, Emir Honor, the best offer does not include the shipping. It's only the price of the item. So whatever they put in there, you should not agree to, and just put, this is just negotiating for the price, not the shipping. Vicky, never cheap. If you're going to be cheap. I can't believe he likes that stuff. It is so gross. Are you talking about the ice water? Oh, I love these. These are great. Cheesehead Flipper is frugal, but not cheap. There's a difference. Yes, Sue, you absolutely never refund an item until it comes back and you inspect it. Shipping and handling. Okay, here's my definition of being cheap. There are people who try to cut and tape like their labels. They cut and tape their labels onto the packages because they're too cheap to go buy a printer, or a thermal printer for that matter, or sticky paper, or whatever you want to call it. There are people that try to use a bathroom scale at home rather than getting an actual proper tabletop or shipping scale. These are some of the examples of being cheap. Frugal is okay. If you don't buy a $300 scale and you buy a $30 scale, it's fantastic. Whatever works and does the job properly. But if you're skimping and being cheap, you have no idea how much money you're costing yourself. Proper scales can save you dollars on every package if your bathroom scale is just rounding up. A proper printer can save you, between the ink and the toner, between the proper paper, between the time of cutting and taping, hours and hours and hours. What are those hours worth? What is the time? We talk about that all the time with thermals. Having the right equipment. If you're sitting there trying to like glue stick on labels, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Just get what you need. Please don't be frugal. You can be cheap. You can be frugal, but don't be cheap. Yeah. So vet picks. Here's another one. Being cheap doesn't always mean being cheap with money. It means being cheap with the time and your effort. So he just put out a good point, and he says, how many people put tested working but don't actually test something? So let's say that you have, I don't have one again, a DVD VCR combo, and you're just too lazy to plug it in and get a VHS and test it. Like something that would take 5 or 10 minutes, but you're too cheap to do it. And down the road, you sell it and it comes back because it doesn't work, and it costs you $25 in shipping and $25 shipping back and the $100 return. Don't be cheap in your effort as well. You'll shoot yourself in the foot. Time is money. And yeah, that's just, I don't even know how better to explain that. So don't be cheap with your time or your money, with equipment, supplies, your effort. Stop trying to cut corners. Stop trying to cut corners. Okay. So that's number 1 and 2, right? Okay. Number 3 is one that I think is something I see in the Facebook groups a lot. We get a lot of comments and a lot of posts about this. I made a video a little bit about it, but stop sweating the small things. Hey, Dominic's here, the primetime treasure hunter. Welcome in, Dominic. If you guys missed our podcast, you can go check it out. It is on the RockstarFlipper podcast. I think it's below. Yeah, 5 minutes costs a lot. 5 minutes of time costs a lot. But how much is it going to cost you when something doesn't work and you wasted someone else's time? Just think about that. You can use a knockoff printer, but just get a good one. Get one that you know is going to work. Don't waste the time and be cheap on that. Okay, number 3 is sweating the small stuff. How many people have read through how many people are in my Facebook group, the Thrifter Reseller World? It's got like 118 or 119,000 people. You ever see the posts where people are like, I'm trying to ship something and there's a bunch of markers scribbled on the side of the box. Is it okay to ship that? Or somebody posts something about, should I add a free gift into my box? Should I do this? Should I do this? Is this okay to do this? They're so small, so many things. I know you guys are. Myra and Suzette always causing trouble in the group. I'm just kidding. Okay, I totally don't know. But these people sweat small things that are so minute and so small. They spend all day kind of worried about things that just don't matter. They worry about things that there's so many more important things. There's things that you have to do. Can I use an Eggo box to ship in? No. There's things that you have to, this is why making a to-do list is so important. There are things that have like an importance level of like 15 out of a 1 to 10, and things that have an importance level of like a 0.5. You've got to prioritize and stop sweating the small stuff. If you're coming into Facebook groups or making phone calls and texts asking about marker on the side of a box, you have a bigger problem than the marker on the side of your box. It means you're worried about the wrong things. You've got to realign your brain, and you've got to focus on things that matter. You've got to focus on things that actually make you money and get stuff done. So focusing on the wrong things is just going to kill you. It's going to kill you in the long run every single time. Please make a list of your 5 or 10 most important things. Put all your effort and work and brain power into those things every day, and you'll see how quickly all of those small little noise, I call it noise, goes away. Test it out. Try it out and let me know. Okay. So thinking small. So since we're along the small things, I'm going to go in the reverse. So again, worrying about the small part of your business, making sure you can go to one thrift store to buy 5 shirts. Think bigger. Think about where can you get somebody to sell you those same 5 shirts, but has 50. Who has 50, video games? Who has bigger, make bigger goals. Just because you start making $500 or $1,000 a month, who cares? Think bigger. Stop thinking small. Think bigger. How can you scale? How can you make more money? How can you find more sources? Every day, you should dedicate at least 30 minutes into finding a new source of merchandise. You should never stop finding new sources. My friend Dave, Drive Time with Dave, everyone knows him, $20 million, still tries to find new customers every day. Part of his sales team's job on a daily basis is they make like 50 phone calls a day to potential customers, to people he can sell merchandise to people he can fix merchandise for. His entire business is focused around finding customers. Finding customers. And so you should never stop trying to find merchandise. Never stop trying to find customers. Stop thinking small and start thinking bigger. Bigger picture. The more people, your phone should be going off with messages and emails all day. Even if it's junk, even if it's somebody offering you crap that you're not interested in. Hey, I appreciate it. Let me know when you get something else. Hey, I'd love to buy from you, but I just can't take this stuff right now. I'm in over my head. I'll work with you to, if people are hitting you up, they're probably desperate, or they're probably a motivated seller who will work with you to consign stuff. There's 1,000 reasons, but never stop reaching out to people and never stop trying to find new sources of inventory, new sources of material, new sources of customers. Always, there's a saying, always be closing, always be finding people. Okay, so that's number 4. Number 5 is stop focusing on number 5 and 6. I'm going to give you both of these at one time. Number 5 is stop focusing on one product. And number 6 is stop focusing on one platform. So number 5, one product. There's a lot of you that fall into this hole of, I do really good selling men's shirts and that's all I'm going to sell. If you've ever taken a look at our wholesale site, which is linked below, and you see the stuff that we sell on our wholesale site, we sell stuff like garden hose attachments. We sell stamp collections. We sell DVD collections, video game collections, clothing, shoes, accessories, jewelry, makeup, lots of body jewelry. We will sell anything because all that matters is that we can buy it for $20 and sell it for $40, right? We don't care what the product is. And I think a lot of people put their blinders on and they focus on this one thing at the thrift store. How many people go in a thrift store and go right for one section? What section do you go to? What is that? You just beeline right for that one product, one section, and you potentially pass how many other products while you're just tunnel vision, whoop, 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 squirrel. Like how many people do that? Hey, Donita, welcome in. I missed you too. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad so many of you are here. Landshark Picker is here. Flippin Hippos, jeans and plush. So here's the thing. I give Star a pass on her jeans and plush because she is a team. And so Keith will focus on one set of things and Star focuses on her 2 things. And outside of that, our wholesale together is where we sell all the other stuff. So although Star loves what she sells and she focuses on those for her, she's still in the bigger picture of her entire business with Keith and with me. We sell everything. So she gets a free pass on that. But yeah, Star goes directly for the plush. She runs like friends. You just see Star going, wee, friends. Pots and pans. Donita goes right for that's it. You know what? I think Donita's probably the only one that's going to answer the question with that answer. Pots and pans. She goes right for it. That's funny. I love it. So, yeah, this is just a thing. I see a lot of people. I used to do this. I'm telling you guys, I used to be the guy that would go in and go to the men's section. I would never go to the women's. I'd never go to shoes. I'd never go to like half the sections. And then I finally, after years of thrift stores, like this is 6, 7, 8 years ago, I'm like, man, I've got to start looking at all the other stuff. Like there's so many pieces. If I'm getting 10 and 15 pieces from this half of the store, I can get 10 or 15 pieces from that half of the store. So always, never put your blinders on. Always be looking at everything. I get to have my friends. I have to deal with you and Keith. Yeah, it's true. I'll let you go with that. I chat up the cute girl behind the counter, Bear Kitty. Do not skip the toy section. Yeah, fantastic tip. So always open your eyes up. So that's number 5. Number 6 is never close your eyes to other platforms. I have a lot of you that still only sell on one platform, or you're scared of Posh, or you're scared of eBay, or you're scared of Amazon because you don't know how it works. And so you just keep that tunnel vision on right on the platform that you're on. And it's great to be an expert on a platform and master it, but you've got to be diversified on platforms. There isn't a single successful seller in the world who only deals on one platform. Reverse that. There are successful sellers who only deal on one platform, but they are the people that are the exception. The majority of people, let me not say something I'll regret. The majority of successful sellers are on multiple platforms. Katie Zilberberg, Vicky, Star and Keith, me, even Fred. You guys love him or hate Fred. Let Fred be effing Fred. But Fred is on at least 2 platforms that I know of. I think 3 or 4. The biggest sellers on Amazon and eBay are almost guaranteed, most of them at least, are on both platforms, if not selling between the both of them. Even think about a platform like Amazon and a Jeff Bezos. Amazon sells through the Amazon platform their own products. They also have third-party products that they sell. They also sell wholesale out to other platforms and other things. They don't use eBay, but they use other stuff. List Perfectly is fantastic. Randy, glad to see you out of the snow. So many of you in Pennsylvania, and I see the snow. Please, guys, side note, I'll make a video tomorrow, but be safe if you're up in the Northeast, Central Northeast, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, all those states. I don't know what all states got blasted, but I know a bunch of you guys got a foot or more of snow. So please be safe, and eBay will protect you. Your shipping defects and your shipping times, they'll protect you. Aurora just got List Perfectly. So as we're talking about other platforms, List Perfectly is what I believe to be the best option. You can absolutely use that to get cross-posted. You'll start seeing the sales come in after a week. Hey, Dragon's Pick, welcome in. So that's number 5 and 6. Don't focus on just one product and don't focus on just one platform. Expand your horizons, expand your platforms. 5 and 6. So here's, when it comes to doing all of that, number 7 is the obvious one, the mistake that a lot of people make. All of you are guilty of it, and it's because I follow you on social media. You're bad at time management. You waste a lot of time. You screw around a lot. You're lazy. Or if you're not lazy, you are really bad at getting distracted like me. So I'm not lazy. I don't think there's anybody that'll argue that I'm lazy. Maybe the person in the other room will. But I have my lazy moments, and that is where, you can look back at how many, an hour a day wasted is 30 hours a month, just 1 hour per day. And so those distractive days, I call my lazy days or my lazy times. We all have them. Star's guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. Myra's probably guilty of it. You're all guilty of it. Not all of us can be perfect, and you don't have to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But I'm sure that all of us can look back on times when we're like, man, I laid around all day at the pool at a resort and did nothing. Guilty, guilty, guilty. So it happens. I get distracted really easy. I get stuck on my phone. I get responding to you guys. I start playing Candy Crush. I start looking at Dogecoin on my stock trading app. There's all kinds of stuff that I do that just doesn't benefit my business in any shape, form, or fashion. And that's it. Even downtime is planned. Star says even her lazy time is planned. Even if you plan your distractions, it still counts as downtime. So my best ideas come from lazy time. Guilty. It's true. I have a lot of lazy time, and I have some good ideas when I'm doing it. But just make the most of your time. Be good time management. Being distracted and lazy is a mistake that we all make. But you know what? We are all entitled to some of it as well. So that'd be number 7. Number 8, this is going to be a weird one for a lot of you because I think that we all have this. How many people during your day, be it work or personal or whatever, do like the same thing every day? How many people do the same thing? Your schedule is almost a mirror image of itself 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week. It's just the same routine schedule over and over and over again. How many people have a routine, a nonstop, never stops, same thing all the time? The Dogecoin hype too. I'm not in the Dogecoin hype, but I have been able to flip it and make some money. I'm not buying it. I'm not holding it. I'm not trying to retire off of it. I'm not trying to get rich off of it. I simply buy it and flip it and make a few bucks and then move on. Good night, Jeff. Thank you for always being here and watching and listening. I work in IT, so it's different every day. That's good. So here is the routine mistake that I see people make. I see people who do things every day that's part of their all-day schedule that may not be the most profitable or productive part of the day. So let's take, since Star's here in the chat, Star has a pretty good set routine weekly. So it's different every day of the week, but her Tuesdays are the same for the most part. And so like her Tuesdays might be, she's going to do her makeup and hair. She's going to film some videos. She's going, because she might film more than one video in a day. That's pretty routine and pretty regular for a lot of us YouTubers. You'll notice we're wearing the same clothes. It's not because we wore the same clothes 3 days in a row. It's because we filmed 3 videos in a row because we know they were all important topics. You guys asked us for 3 videos. So we'll film all 3 because it's easier for us to sit down and do 3 videos and 3 edits than film them 3 separate days. Behind the scenes YouTube secret, in case you didn't know that. With that said, you have to have like a productive routine. So if Tuesdays is a day that you get all that done, it's very productive for Star. However, like on Wednesdays, if you go to the park with the dogs and sit and read a book and you're not doing anything productive for your business, then that's one of those days where that routine is your routine, but you're not getting anything done. So the answer I give everybody for this question is check your routine, check your schedule, and figure out what parts of it make sense and what parts of it don't. Whether it's just a matter of rearranging your routine, like making all of your videos in one day because it's more time efficient, it's more productive. Figure out what parts of your schedule, this is more time management, but what parts of your schedule and routine make sense? Which ones can you get rid of? Which ones can you rearrange? Having that schedule and that routine down will give you a sense of normalcy and a sense of you know what to do and how to get it done. And the longer you keep a routine, the quicker you can get that schedule done. Cupcakes are, what's everybody cooking cupcakes and cake and brownies for? I don't have any of the above, and I'm pretty upset. I've got ice cream, mint ice cream though. I might eat some of that. I feed my 2 cats the same food every day. Yeah, I feed the Wrecking Crew the same every day. Well, Kate feeds them, but they get to eat every day. So having a productive routine and a productive schedule is a mistake I see a ton of people doing, and it drives me insane when I see so many people who just wing it every day. I'm like, what do you have going on today? I don't know. Okay, so here is number 9, and this is going to be some of you that are just going to growl at me, but it's okay. I understand. Not worse than number 10, though. Number 9 is trying to scale a business with only thrift stores and one item at a time. You have to learn to buy bulk and wholesale, or you're never going to scale your business. We have an amazing wholesale site. We have amazing resources. We buy bulk. We sell bulk. You're absolutely welcome to do with me. And I have some opportunities for wholesale coming up for you guys on Tuesday the 9th. So make sure you're back here on the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Come back on Tuesday the 9th. We'll have some wholesale opportunities for you guys then as well. Buying bulk is a way that you really have to get in there to make real money. You have to buy bigger lots. Dominic will tell you guys, he bought a huge, Dominic, tell us about it in the chat. He bought, if you haven't seen it, you can check his YouTube channel out, huge lot of comic books. Dominic's a comic book maniac. And he'll tell you he probably started off buying and selling one comic book at a time. Otherwise, he bought this huge collection. He visited the guy with the biggest comic book store in the world, in the U.S. at least. Was it the world or the U.S.? I think it was the world, right? Hey, Megan, how are you down under? I appreciate you being here all the way from across the water. You are late, but it's okay. You can always rewatch it. Thank you so much for your support. Buy vintage bulk and sell it to us. Finds of yesterday. I need to get some bulk vintage and antique to sell to you, or at least somebody. So buying bulk, you have to expand into bulk purchasing. Like I said, our site's great. There's some other good sites, that I could shout out. Next week, we're going to have a fantastic reverse wholesaling live video on Tuesday. Dominic buying them by the thousands. Why not cut the middleman and buy from Alibaba, AliExpress to sell on eBay? So here's a good question. Why not buy bulk from Ali? So AliExpress is typically general goods. And if you plan to do a private label or resell general goods as unlabeled, unbranded, that's fine. It takes a lot of marketing and advertising generally. We buy stuff that's already existing products like comic books or video games in bulk. You can do either, really. But yeah, in the world. Mile High Comics, 10 million comics. There you go. Randy's got something that everybody needs. You're going to have to go to the wholesale site to find out what it is on Monday. Now I'm excited because I don't even know. Randy's got a surprise for us Monday. We'll stay tuned to that. Okay, so that's number 9 is buying bulk. You have to expand your business. Number 10, the last one, and everybody's going to hate on me for this one. Is everybody ready? Can you guess what number 10 is? I'll give you a hint. You're really close to it right now. What is the number 10 mistake that I see every reseller make, because I interact with you guys every day? Every single one of you makes this mistake. Star is probably the only person in this chat who can clearly say that she does everything she can to reduce this mistake. Thank you for hitting that like button. Mindy, do I sell Pokemon cards or trading cards? I don't right now. I used to way back in the day. I may get back into it now with eBay's new shipping thing. Vicky Clark, not advertising on social media. So you have 50% of the answer. 50% of the answer. Heather, send me an email and I'll hook you up with some of the wholesale. Sit on the computer, cash piles, watching YouTube. Finds of yesterday. So finds of yesterday and Vicky together have the 2 answers. So I call it my misuse of social media. Star is the only one that takes it in upon herself to try to limit her social media expenditure of time. But here is the 2-sided answer. Number 1 is the obvious. Spending too much time on social media, not just YouTube. YouTube, if you're learning, you can listen to YouTube, so that's cool too. Typing away at Facebook comments and groups and Instagram posts. Man, the amount of time I see some of you guys spending. I'm guilty of it, but it's part of my business. Okay? It's a waste of time, Mindy. Absolutely. You've got to limit that social media time unless it's productive for your business. If you're spending an hour making ads in groups, advertising, listing, communicating with people, that's awesome. But if you're spending an hour responding to political posts and baseball arguments over the best football players lip singing, come on, guys. Be serious, right? That's not doing anything for your business. It's not helping you make money. And that's just it. That's just the thing. Timers. Timers is what I was talking about. It's what Star sets every day for her social media time. So if you're doing, advertising to get yourself more inventory, to find bulk stuff, if you're researching people's Facebook pages to find good sellers, I'm all for it. Like, knock yourself out. But if you're watching Patrick Mahomes lip singing all day, you're not making the best use of social media. So that's one. Number 2 is not advertising at all through social media. So you do need to spend some time on there and you need to promote yourself. You need to advertise. You need to get yourself out there. You need to make connections. Again, I told you guys, 30 minutes a day you should be spending trying to find new customers, new buyers, new sellers, new inventory, new groups, new sources, whatever it is. You have to be finding new stuff, and social media is the number 1 way to do it. Blogs are, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you can still find some decent stuff in forums. Reddit is kind of getting bigger. It's always been big, but Reddit's a decent place. But mostly it's YouTube and Instagram. I mean, social media, there's some TikTokers. There's a little bit on Twitter. Obviously, the Facebook groups are fantastic. But baby Murloc, stay off TikTok. Adam just said that. So if you're networking and you're finding these customers and you're finding new business partners, I mean, look, we found Keith and Star off social media, if you want to break it down. half the people I do business with, Vicky and Katie. I bought a 1,600-piece bulk order from Vicky, in the middle of last year, and I found them on social media. So these are all people that I've networked with. You may not do a deal with me today or tomorrow or next week or next month, but in a month and a half or 2 months, you may swing back around and you may be like, hey, look at all this crap that Casey has. I'm going to buy all of it. It's fantastic. And you should, always have those contacts. You should have a list. You should have a place you can pull up customers and go, man, Dominic has a fantastic Facebook group. Star and Keith have a Facebook group. Casey has a Facebook group. Rake and Profit has a Facebook, whatever it is. Let me go check out all these Facebook groups today. I'm going to spend 30 minutes scrolling through the Facebook groups, see if I can find anything good. Somebody offering some bulk inventory. And tomorrow, here's a list of 50 Instagram pages that I know are big sellers. I'm going to go check out their feeds. I'm going to go, this is what you should be doing. This is what you should be doing. Kilo just said he spent the day bidding on online auctions. Hey, I have this list of 10 auction sites, Goodwill Bids, Goodwill Auctions, and liquidation.com and all this stuff. And I'm going to go spend time bidding on all this stuff, estate sale auctions and different things that I have a list of potential inventory sources. So I'm going to spend today doing that. That's going to be my 30 minutes. And so that is the number 10 thing is don't misuse social media. A, advertise, market, network, coordinate, get customers. And B, don't spend time watching Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes do TikTok dances across social media all day. So that's the 10th mistake that all of you make, because I watch all of you and I make it too. I'm guilty. So hopefully you made a little list, 10 of these things. Hopefully this will make you more productive throughout your career, your life in general, even outside the reselling world. A lot of these, time management, social media, aiming higher, thinking bigger, not putting on blinders. These will all help you in life as well, because what you're used to, your norm, your routine, always be open to other things, open to other horizons. So is watching the Super Bowl wasting time? No, because the Bucs are in the Super Bowl at home in Tampa, where I don't live, but I am driving over to Tampa to watch the Super Bowl at somebody's house. So I will be doing that. Dixie Girl, I agree. I do social media when I'm laying in bed a lot. Like when I've already settled in for the night, I will sit on my phone and do social media working. So that's a lot of time that I spend on my phone. You guys can see if your phone isn't blowing up all day, I know it's not going to blow up like mine, but you should be getting a lot of messages. Always tell people, hey, if you come across anything, don't forget me, save my email. Can I send you an email right now so you have it? Give people a way to remember you as well. Following you on social media is a great way. What is the Super Bowl? Who's this Tom Brady you keep mentioning? I am not a Tom Brady fan. I've never liked Tom Brady in New England. I thought that was the most ridiculous team ever. I'm not a Tom Brady fan now that he lives around the corner from me, but I do hope the Bucs win. I'm a bigger not Patrick Mahomes fan. I don't believe in the hype. I think he's a fantastic quarterback. I think he's an awesome player. I think the team is amazing. I think Andy Reid is a fantastic coach. He deserves it. They got their Super Bowl. I'm just not a hype boy on Mahomes. I'm just not. I think he's a nice enough guy. I think he's got an awesome deal, but man, I don't buy into his hype, and I think Brady wins this game. I think the Bucs win 27-21, 6-point game, 5-point game, maybe a 24-19, something like that. I think the Bucs score 24 or more. They win this game. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are used to putting up 30-plus points. I think the Bucs hold them to 21 or less, and I think the Bucs only need 24 points to win this game. So I'm going to go with 27-21 Bucs over the Chiefs, and I think it happens in a fourth quarter, 21-20. Chiefs lead, and Brady gets that fourth quarter comeback or fourth quarter final touchdown in a 20-20 game to seal it 27-20, 27-21. So I'll go with that. If you have any disagreements, thanks a lot, I guess. Good luck, Bucs. But Bucs at home, first team to ever host the Super Bowl, first team to ever win the Super Bowl in their home stadium. It's a neutral game, but they are in their home stadium. So go Bucs. Not a Bucs fan, not a bandwagoner. I just got to pick one or two. Only one team can win. I have to pick one or the other, so I'm picking the Bucs. Your heart's with the Ravens. Indeed. Can you please write that down? I'll put it in here. Bucs over the Chiefs. I'm going to do 27-20. I'm going to say they go in tied 20-20, and Brady sends them to a last end of the game touchdown, 27-20. There you go. Yvette with KC. I'll cheer for you, but I hope the Bucks win. All right, so I'll leave you guys with that. Any more questions, comments, concerns, please come back later. Put them in the comment section. Email me, rockstarflipper@gmail.com. RockstarFlipper, rockstarflipper, all one word, @gmail.com. Send it over. I answer all my own emails. I'll clear them tonight. Appreciate you guys watching. Hit that thumbs up before you leave. It would really mean a lot to me and a lot of other people who will get to see this video. Every thumbs up helps the video get promoted higher and higher, and more people will get to see it. So thank you as always. If you need any resources, my Reseller Genie, if you need a tax license CPA Mark II, not your dad's CPA, they're all linked below. You can hook them up with my discount codes, and that's your inventory program and your accounting license CPA Accounting Academy. So either of those, if you need help, they're amazing resources. The links below are to their website. You can click on them, read about them, learn about them, watch the videos, and decide if it's for you. It will really, really help you. So both of those, my Reseller Genie and Mark II's Not Your Dad's CPA Tax Academy, fantastic people and fantastic programs. I am an affiliate for them. They're a sponsor of this channel. We love them. We appreciate them, and they will help you guys out. Have a wonderful evening, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.